Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Ian from Peniglen Cabin Life. I did a short video earlier showing the visitors I had in here, so I'll bob that on in a minute, well, when I've had a natter for a few minutes, so you'll see me visitors I had. Squatters' rights, you want to see it when you see it. So it's very cold here at the cabin. It's been cold all day and tonight it's dropped really cold. I've got the famous onesie on underneath that our Stuart bought me, and I've got a thick like tracky top type of thing, but it's a thermal one on top, and I'm still shivering. It's really cold here. I've got the fire going. I've had it going for hours and hours and it's still not warmed up properly. So the video I did the other day talking about the armed forces and things like that, there's been quite a few comments on and the feedback on it, and I was quite interested with it. Some people said that they feel it would be the right thing. I was interested in one of the comments when they said, because I was saying about the lost generation and should we bring back national service. That's what I was talking about on that video. And one of the comments, which I can't remember the name top of the head because I see a lot of comments all the time, I lose track of who's who, he put that in some countries, if they get a prison sentence, say 2 years, so instead of having it where you would have in this country, like he wrote on the post, that you get sentenced 2 years but you're out in 12, which I don't agree with myself. So if you get 2 years, you do 2 years. So that's what I think. I've always believed in that. So the system is more rigged for the offender rather than the families and the people he's robbed off or she's robbed off or all like that. It's the wrong way around really, isn't it? So he was saying instead of getting 2 years in prison, they have the option to either do national service for 2 years instead. And he said that they were getting good results. This is roughly what he's put, so if you're watching, don't hold me for word. He was saying that in some countries they're getting good feedback from it, as in the people at the end of it, when they've done the time, have moved on and they got structure in their life and they feel they're a better person for it. So, but I definitely agree with that idea. I thought that was a very good idea what he said. And then there's other people that's actually emailed me and said that they agree with what I've said. But the one other comment that I thought was interesting, when they said that they agree with what I said, but it would be better that with them being national service that they didn't go into the army or get deployed if there was any trouble. Which I kinda get what you mean a little bit with that. So I weren't thinking when I said that. So yeah, I'm with you that. But I think it shouldn't be just that we bring back national service, or like that man says about if they get a prison sentence, they either do national service or the prison. Now, I agree with that, but I think maybe, giving it more thought last few days, we should take a step back from that and aim at the younger generation as well. Not just those that are like 15, 16-year-olds that's causing the problem. We should go back to the bottom and rebuild from the bottom up, really, shouldn't we? So like all these budgets are being slashed all the way through with everything, and yet we owe £1 trillion a coin to government. Yes, I know we're furlough or whatever it's called, furlough everybody. I agree with that, so don't get me wrong with that. But if we can find the money for that, how much is it actually deep down going to cost for volunteers to run these charity events on a night for clubs for kids and stuff and teenagers to get them off the streets? How much is that actually going to cost? So they could use church halls, they could use community centres, they could do all that and get teenagers, early teenagers, young teens off the streets, away from the drug dealers, away from crime, and give them something to focus on. I don't like, when I was younger, I used to go to Dean Church in Bolton, and I used to enjoy going to Dean Church, and they used to do clubs there as well, but the clubs were only once a week. Now don't get me wrong, I really look forward to going, and it were great. And But I think maybe some of these clubs, voluntary clubs, if we could do it where we get enough volunteers. Now remember, if it's through the church, for instance, if they can get that tiny bit of funding to open, they'll do it more. You see, people think, well, you know, if it's run by the church, then they'll start saying you've got to sing and you've got to pray and all things like that. You don't. The ones I went to through the church, you didn't do anything like that. You came in and I think you gave £1. And even then, if we can just have the funding of £1 per kid, and for that £1 you got like a sandwich or a chip, what we will call a chip balm or a chip butty and stuff like that. And we used to get things like that, and we used to play pool and play table tennis and things like that. It was really good. Then we had, back then there weren't any CD players, it was just records, weren't it, back then? We used to play records, obviously we couldn't have it blasting. And then there was the big church hall at the back as well, and we used to play football. It was good. It was really, really good. I made some cracking friends, and I'm not just saying it, it gave me structure and got me right. Well, as best as I can be anyway. But you know what I mean though, don't you? So if we can like do that template, and I'm not saying Dean Church is the model to do it all, I'm just saying that kind of thing where we get them off the street to get a bit of food in them, even if it's a chip bar. How much does it cost for a mat? I think it costs me £9 for a massive sack of tatties. You know what I mean? Bread. You don't have to have, like they call in Scotland, bread rolls or barm cakes or that. Just bread and butter, straight on. They're happy. It's a meal, it's in them. They're off the streets and it's better. I know that fundamentally it is going to cost something to set all this up. I know that. But if the government can just outlay the money to set the infrastructure up to do it, which it can't be a lot of money to do it, and if we're borrowing all this money, then, and they're saying we should be levelling everything up from south to north and north to south, well, this should be part of it. Do you know what I mean? It should be part of it. So if we can get the money together and then just do voluntary stuff. When I was talking about national service the other day, I was talking about Prince Harry. Now, I'm going to say again, take aside the troubles that's happened now, right? Forget all that. I'm not interested in all that. I'm not talking about that. But when he was in the army, he's the only member of the royal family that I believe, as in siblings, generations, that's done the most. And he's done a lot, I believe, and I really do believe in my heart he's done a lot for the armed forces, for the disabled armed forces, and also for ex-veterans in general. He's done a lot. And he's used his charity work to help, and I really am proud of him for that. I really am. I know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, don't you? I don't mean no disrespect, because I'm not like that. But I do, honestly, with my hand in my heart, especially ex-servicemen. So I've got a lot of respect for the army, I really have, because I've got quite a few friends of mine that was in the army, and I've got quite a few as well that got medical discharge, where they got post-traumatic stress disorder and stuff. So I have got a few friends like that, and I've got tremendous respect for the army. I've had a few people, just before I go, a few people have contacted me saying about prizes they've won and stuff. Then I have said before, I am shielding, but as soon as I can get out and the shielding's lifted, or it's safer to get out Stranraer, it's rife in Stranraer coronavirus. I'm not kidding you, it is. So I'm just a bit wary with me shielding to go, do you know what I mean? So, but as soon as it's safe, I'll be organising it, I'll get it sent. I just thought I'd tell you my visitors have got here ready. Have a look at this, I don't know, I'll turn the camera around. That's our patch. That's my table, obviously. I've had the door open for fresh air, so she's wandered in. Anyway, look at this, there's no you can call your own. Up in my bunk bed. My bloody panda's here made herself comfy. Look at her. Hey, look at that brazen looking at camera as well. Watch. I bet she stretches her way back now. Watch this for laugh. Look at her. I could bloody shoot it. I'm only kidding. I love them. I love the cats. Right, I'll catch you in a minute with the rest of the segments. Now, one last thing. There's a draw on Wednesday still. Cut-off point's 2 o'clock. So get your names in the hat. If you haven't put your names in already, I keep an eye on all the videos as the week goes on. So if you just put, if you've not entered already and you're new to the channel, then the only rules of the competitions are the competition is totally free. You win t-shirts, mugs and stuff like that. To enter the competition, you have to have subscribed to the channel. So if you've not subscribed yet and you're looking around, just click the subscribe button on the home page and then come back into this video or previous videos going up to till Friday last week, then, and just write the word subscribe done. Your name will go before it anyway. I'll write your name down on a piece of paper at 2 o'clock. Everyone's names are in, and then we do I'll video the draw live. Okay, so I wish you all the luck in the world for Wednesday's draw, and I'll speak to you tomorrow anyway. Stay safe, stay well, and remember, don't ever forget Dinky Doo.